Welcome to the 2A Patriot Ranch, where freedom rings and liberty stands, don't need to flinch. Deep in the heart of the American soil, this is where we train, where we sweat and we toil. We run drills on tactical defense, honing our skills with a precise cadence. Rifle marksmanship to hand-to-hand combat, leave no stone unturned, that's a fact.
What is up, 2A Patriot Ranch family? We are back at the ranch with a pretty kick-ass video for you, if I do say so myself. Today, we're going to be looking at a couple different upgrades that we did to an M17, so stay tuned. We are a huge fan of the new release from Sig Sauer, the P320 M17X. We think it is a fantastic gun, but we thought to ourselves, what if we could do it just a little bit better? Well, this is part one of us trying to make that a little bit better. And today we are going to be taking a look at a trigger upgrade and a grip module upgrade. In part two, we're going to be going over optics and accessories. But until then, let's head on into the workshop. Let you guys take a look at the parts that we're working with and the parts that we're changing out. Then we'll come back, take a look at it a little bit further, and head out to the range. Let's head into the shop. All right, so what we've got here is a completely broken down P320 M17. This is all the original parts here. So we have the grip module, we have the takedown lever, we have the slide, and just off screen here, you can't see it, but we have an extended mag. And then up top here, we have the P320 FCU, known as the Fire Control Unit. As you can see, it has a curved trigger on it right now. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing this gun up a little bit, and we are going to install a Armory Craft Adjustable Flat Face Trigger, as well as a Brouwer grip module on it. And eventually, after we're all said and done with this build, like I was just mentioning in the intro, we are going to make our own version of the M17X. So we're going to finish putting all these parts together. Apologize that we can't do it on camera. However, YouTube is being, I'm just going to bite my words there. YouTube is being difficult about showing the disassembly and assembly of guns. So we are going to put this together with all of the new parts, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about everything that we did. All right, we have just finished up the trigger install and the grip install. You can see here, I laid the old grip module and trigger down here at the bottom. And in comparison up top here, we have the Brouwer M1811 grip module. So it gives your SIG P320 more of a 1911 style grip with this nice beaver tail here. And then you can see the big change here with the trigger. We went from this standard curved factory OEM P320 trigger to the Armory Craft adjustable trigger. Now, this thing is adjustable in two different ways. On the back side here, there's a screw that goes directly up in that'll affect your reset. And then there's also a screw up into the center of the trigger right here, and that one affects the travel. So I will give a little demonstration here once we leave the workshop so you guys can see it all live, and then we're going to take them out and fire them. I can tell you, definitely watch the video from Sig Guy when it comes to installing the Armory Craft adjustable trigger. It is not the easiest process, even though Sig Guy makes it look that way because he is an expert at it. I fiddled around with getting this trigger on for, gosh, almost an hour. Just couldn't get the trigger bar in the right position right here to snap the trigger into place over the trigger bar. So it is a little bit of a process, but if you play around with it long enough, you will get it. Just make sure you leave yourself enough time to complete the process. But as you can see now, our full project is starting to take place. We've got the M1811 grip module here from Brouwer, and then we have the flat-faced adjustable Armory Craft trigger. Next up, we're going to be installing a mag well on the bottom of the Brouwer grip module here, and we will be replacing the optic here, with the end result looking to be our own modified version of the Sig P320 M17X. Alright, before we head out to the range here, let's go ahead and do some trigger pull weights on this thing and see where she ended up. First one we got is a 2.98. Second one we've got is a 3.24, and one more for good luck. And the third one was 2.44. So we were a little across the board there. I went from 3 separate areas there just to get a totality of where your finger might possibly sit. I rarely go all the way up on the top side here, just because nobody really shoots a trigger like that. So, and your pull weight's just ridiculous there because you're kind of pulling against the natural flow of the trigger. But what it looks like here for us is, man, just right at probably about 3 pounds, maybe slightly under on that trigger pull now. That is fantastic.
How cool was that, the work that we just did there in the shop? Pretty awesome upgrades that we have going on. We took something that looked like this, and we changed it into something that looks like this. This is the beginnings of our own iteration of the Sig Sauer P320 M17X. Now, as you saw from when we were in the shop, the upgrades that we've done so far are the trigger. We have an Armory Craft adjustable trigger. You can adjust the reset and the travel, pre-travel, post-travel, you know. We were able to get the trigger down to almost no movement at all before we mess with this thing. We're just going to clear the gun just to make sure. Nothing in there. So as you'll be able to see, we took out almost all the play. There is no travel there at all. I mean, it's probably 0.1 millimeter right there, something like that. Gets to that wall, crisp, clean break right there. And then let's give it on the reset and boom, reset. This is a massive, massive, massive upgrade from the standard trigger. This trigger comes in, I believe they have it in 3 different colors. They have it in red, aluminum finish and black, which is the one we have here. You'll see from inside the workshop there that we did the trigger pull test on it. We were coming in like really almost sub 3 on it. Standard pull on an M17, I was getting anywhere between about 5 and 6-ish, somewhere in there, with a lot of mush involved in it too. And now you can see this is a crisp, clean trigger, and it looks badass too. I love the skeletonized look of it. It's super lightweight. The second upgrade that we did in the shop there was we added on this Brouwer M1811 grip module. I absolutely love these things. They sent this one out to us for this build, and I could not be more pleased with it. You have this nice 1911 style beaver tail here. You've got the grip angle of a really comfortable 1911, and it just looks sexy overall. Today we also threw the TLR1 HL on here. This was just because we wanted it to fit in our holster, and that's what our holster fits. And then we were doing a review of the Sealy Shark X Pro. We left that on there for now. That's not the optic that's gonna stay on there for the full build, but no reason to change it out yet before we finish this thing off. Well, let's go out. Let's see how she performs after we just did all of these upgrades and put some lead on steel. What's up, 2A Patriot Ranch family? Are you a responsible gun owner that carries every single day? Then you need right to bear self-defense coverage. It'll give you that peace of mind so that if in the wild event that you have to defend yourself, you're going to be covered. They're comprehensive rates and just like super affordable, super affordable, and top-notch customer service are there to give you that peace of mind in case you need to protect yourself. And they don't just cover, that firearm you're carrying with you. It's any act of self-defense. So head on over to protectwithbear.com, use the code 2APR for a special discount from me to you, and get yourself protected today. All right, guys, we are out here on the range with our new modified start part 1 of our M17X-ish is I think what we're going to call it. So we're using Fiocchi 115 grain today. We'll see how it operates. I had a couple little issues with it yesterday, but let's put lead on steel here and see how this trigger performs. That was honestly my first shots with this trigger, and wow, what a difference that makes. This Armory Craft adjustable trigger is phenomenal. I mean, the difference is literally night and day between the OEM trigger and this one. And we can even adjust this a little bit more. I think we're pretty close. I think I can adjust that that length of reset a little bit more. But I mean, overall, it was fantastic. It was really good, guys. Let's put some more rounds down and check it out. Now that was freaking fun. That was real freaking fun. That trigger upgrade here, what a phenomenal upgrade. I highly suggest anybody that has a 320 an M17, M18, whatever version you have, go pick yourself up one of these Armory Craft adjustable triggers. You can DM me on Instagram or leave a comment down below, and I can talk about what settings that I put this at. So it'll give you an idea of how I got this one to perform this way. Man, it's just super clean. That brake now is probably better than the AXG Legion. Yeah, I think it is. I think that brake is better. I'm gonna have to go play with both of them at the same time just to find out now. But overall, what a great trigger. Loved the feel of this grip. Love the angle. Love the beaver tail on here. This is really nice. We've talked about this before with the X series lineup. You know, because of the high bore access here, this really lets you get your grip up in there as far as you can without fear of that slide coming back and slicing you up or anything. And as you can see here, there's no sharp edges on it at all, so you're not going to get it lips up here at the end, so you're not going to get any jamming into the webbing of your thumb and index finger. Man, I can't wait to show you guys part 2 of this video where we add an optic to it. Not sure about what we're going to do with that light yet. We might leave that one on there. And then we've got a couple other accessories that we're going to be throwing on to this M17X-ish. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Like this video and do us a huge favor. We would love you forever. Subscribe to our channel. And if you want to get notified every single time we post cool shit just like this, ring that notification bell. Until next time, this guy right here, I'm John from 2A Patriot Ranch.